Hi, welcome to Casey's Ammo Bench. We're going to go through and disassemble and reassemble the Winchester Model 1300. Start by removing this cap right here. You can remove it by hand. And be careful. There's a spring that pops out of it. You can now remove the barrel. Next, fully remove this pin from the trigger mechanism in the receiver. I like to use a little punch and a little brass and nylon hammer here. I set it on a couple blocks of wood so that way the pin will fall straight through. It's a lot easier to do it off camera. But make sure it comes all the way out. Pull the trigger mechanism. There you go. Remove the cap right here. That'll release the wood forend, allowing this to slide all the way forward. That's your bolt carrier group, firing pin inside. This will kind of want to fall out, so make sure and hold it so it doesn't slam into anything. Just remove it completely from the receiver. Let's go to the bolt. You take your left hand here, and push down on the firing pin a little bit, and it'll release this plate. So just right in the notches. What it hooks onto is this thick piece right there. Pull the firing pin. There's a spring on it, so watch out. It does slide off. And there it is. It's all our parts together. But we're going to break it down a little bit further. We're going to take the buttstock off the receiver. Find the two holes in the butt pad. I like to use an electric screwdriver. You just need a thinner screwdriver. It should be a cross tip. Just kind of work it between both. Make sure they come out a little more evenly. Okay. Came right off of there. Now inside of mine, I have a 1/2 inch bolt. See if we can get you a good shot down in there. So I have a 1/2 inch bolt. A lot of what you'll see is a flathead screwdriver. If you have a flathead screwdriver, it'll need to be roughly 8 to 10 inches long. If you have the bolt, I just set it, it'll need to be a 1/2 inch. I have a extremely large socket extension. It's just what I have. So we're gonna go ahead and use that. You don't really need the ratchet piece too much. Just I do a little by hand and then I snug it up in there. Release it and finish it by hand. You can see the screw that protrudes from there. Releasing. Screwing. All right, released. Got the receiver. Screw falls right out. Well, let's put it back together. I'm going to start by just putting this right back on. I'm going to speed this up by pausing the recording a second. All right, the receiver's back on. Don't over tighten it. Just hand tighten it and then a little extra, get it snug. You'll notice the butt pad, it does line up with the stock. The fat end up the top, skinny end the bottom. Our butt pad and stock is back on the receiver. Set it off to the side. We're going to put our firing pin back in. You'll notice there's a little hole down there. Firing pin goes right in. Okay. Push down on the firing pin again. Make sure you line up the notch where I showed you before. Let it pull itself out. Okay. Hook it right in there. Start releasing. It rests right in. Pretty good. Make sure the bolt is facing forward. It does line up in these notches right here. See? On either side. You can hold it like that. And it'll slide right in. Onto our fore end onto the tube. Grabbing this. Now this thing can be kind of a pain. It wants to cross thread a little bit, but every once in a while you get lucky. Like this. You just screw it down, hand tight, and now you can keep it out a little bit, and that'll be easier when we go to put our trigger mechanism in there. Okay. This is where you should be at. I like to just put the trigger mechanism on now. See the holes line up. What I did there was it kind of goes in there at an angle. There you go. Now we'll go ahead and put our pin back. Doesn't matter which way it goes through, so I'll pull it back the same way. Pull it out. What I did was just take the nylon side of the hammer. Tap it in. Just a little taparoo. Okay. Now we can bring the receiver back a little bit, ready to receive the barrel. And that slides in over the top. Okay. There we go. You guys see how that went in there? You want to move the bolt back just a little bit, kind of about that same length. All right, Weird to do that. There it is. Okay. See? You can have it back like that. That's fine. You can have it all the way back. Go ahead and stick this little plug in there. Make sure it's facing back towards the back end. You see that little nipple right there? You just make sure it's going towards the back. And you can stick the spring right in there. Kind of work it down in there. Pull a little bit. And you stick it over the top. And you can push it right in. It's a little bit of a pain because the spring's so long it wants to shoot out of there. So once you get it hooked, it's a little bit easier. Barrel. There it is. Okay. And you'll hear it start to click. Just push it till it stops. There we go. Does it work? See? Hope so. And safety works. Trigger pulls. Recocks. Good to go. Turkey destroyer. Back together. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you.